want to welcome everyone. This is the 89th annual Met Basketball Writers College presentations. These awards are among the oldest in the nation for college basketball. My name is Chuck Stogel. I am president of the Met Basketball Writers, a former sports editor at the Journal News here in Westchester, and for a long time I covered college basketball for the Associated Press. It's my privilege to serve as your MC for the evening. I'll be sitting up here most of the time to help speed things along. We have a lot of awards and special presentations on our agenda tonight. My first request is please everyone, turn off the sound on your cell phones. We thank you in advance for your cooperation. As we begin our program this evening, a few special thank yous. Thanks first to the members of our executive committee and our volunteers. An event like this takes hundreds of hours in preparation and contributions by many different people and organizations. Second, a special thank you to the schools and conferences advertising in our dinner journal and whose continued loyalty helps support all our Met basketball activities all year long. And if you will note on the back of the journal, there is an ad from Fastlane. That's a brand and marketing company that represents a roster of colleges and other sports and entertainment entities, and whose extra support tonight helps us to bring so much class to these proceedings. Thank you, Fastlane. The Haggerty Awards are unique and historic, and they are well known and well thought of around the country. There may not be anything like them anywhere else in the nation. We extend special thanks to all the coaches and media who took part in voting for these awards and for attending and helping tonight. It does feel great to be here this evening. As many of you know, we did not have an in-person presentation in either 2020 or 2021. And now, after 3 years, we are back. It's a time to relax, time to celebrate the season-long accomplishments of our most gifted coaches and athletes. We have 69 schools, more than 2,000 men and women basketball players, and tonight we honor the best in the Met area. A couple of reminders as we get to the awards presentation. We don't always know which award winners will be here tonight, so don't be surprised if some names, not a lot, are called out but the players are not here. When that happens, we ask someone from the matching basketball program to come up after our dinner to pick up the award. Also, with so many trophies to produce, it does happen sometimes that a name is misspelled, also once or twice in our program. If that happens with the award that you receive, please just come over to me after the dinner and we will get the trophy fixed and back to you very quickly.
We got you guys.
By the way, tonight's event for the very first time is being live streamed on the Met Basketball Writers website. Further, in a day or two, both the video of this dinner and the Haggerty Awards printed program will be available for access on the Met Basketball website. Ladies and gentlemen, since we last announced our All-Met selections last April, our Met area basketball community has lost several dear individuals who have passed away. And at this time, we want to take a moment to reflect and to remember seven very special people. First, Sonia Burke Quarles was an assistant coach at Manhattan College for 13 seasons, most recently served on the basketball staff at Fordham University. She was described as a caring yet demanding coach. Sonia passed away last July at her home in Yonkers from cancer at the age of 53. Born in Forest Hills, New York, Stephen Dunn became a Pulitzer Prize-winning poet and a respected professor. He graduated from Hofstra University in 1962, where he played basketball, including playing a part on the 1959-60 Hofstra team, then known as the Flying Dutchman, that went 23-1. Stephen passed away last June at the age of 82 from complications from Parkinson's disease. A Long Island native and Vietnam War veteran, Larry Keating spent more than 5 decades in college athletics. Administrator, coach, conference official, and a member of several NCAA committees. He coached at Hofstra, was athletic director at Seton Hall when the Pirates played in the 1989 National Championship game. He was assistant commissioner of the Metro-Atlantic Conference, and most recently was an administrator at the University of Kansas. Larry died last May at the age of 76. A former mayor in New Jersey, a Villanova graduate and Navy veteran who became CEO of the New Jersey State Sports Authority that oversaw the Meadowlands, Bob Mulcahy was the athletic director at Rutgers University from 1998 through 2008. He often displayed a friendly, welcoming smile, but was well known as a leader and administrator who got things done. Bob Mulcahy was presented a Distinguished Service Award at this dinner by the Met Writers in 1997, passed away on February 7th of this year at the age of 85. A graduate of Hofstra University, Bill Steinman came to work at Columbia University in 1970, and stayed on the job for 40 years. Bill was a consummate sports information director and a mentor to many, many students and colleagues. Bill Steinman, who was nicknamed Stats, was known nationwide for his accurate record keeping and historical memory. Honored with a Distinguished Service Award by the Met Writers in 1999, Bill Steinman died last September after a series of illnesses at the age of 76. Next, a graduate of Long Island University, Herb Tereski was a passionate basketball fan who served as the official scorekeeper for the ABA and then NBA nets at various arenas in both New York and New Jersey for 54 years. The 2,206 professional games Herb scored have been certified as a Guinness World Record. Suffering from primary lateral sclerosis, having retired only last year, Herb passed away just this past April 4th at his home in Whitestone, Queens, at the age of 76. And finally, he was the most successful coach in the history of Rutgers University's men's basketball program. Tom Young won 239 wins, just 116 losses, and taking the Scarlet Knights to 5 conference titles from 73 to 85, 4 NCAA tournament appearances. The crowning achievement of his tenure had to be the program's first and only trip to the NCAA Final Four in 1976. In his career, he also coached at American University, Old Dominion, and in the NBA with the Washington Wizards. Tom Young suffered recently from several ailments. He died just 5 weeks ago on March 20th at the age of 89. At this time, everyone, would you please join me in a moment of silence as we remember the 7 individuals who have joined the All-Metropolitan Team Eternal. Thank you. Now a special request. From this point on, this will be a very fast program in terms of the large number of awards we present. We ask that everyone remain with us as we proceed through the program. We particularly ask those schools and coaches and players who receive awards early to stay with us until all the divisions and all the schools and all the players have received their awards. It won't be long, I do promise you, and we'll be done at an early hour. We will be presenting plaques here tonight to our All-Met first and second team selections. For our All-Met third team players, they will be receiving a unique certificate of achievement suitable for framing. These certificates will be sent in a few days to our area sports information department. And now for the awards. I would like to ask all the Division II men's first and second team players to gather over here, if you would. First and second team, All-Met Division II men. Gather by our banner over here. We want to take a group picture, and then we're going to present you with your awards. We begin with the Division II men, All-Met second team. Our first player, a 6'2" junior guard from Middletown, New York. He led the setters in rebounding, shot 44% from the field. From Pace University, Brandon Powell. Next, the 6'2" senior guard from Ashburn, Virginia. 6th in the CACC in scoring, shot 46% from the field. From Caldwell University, Anthony Cooper. Next, the 6'7" junior forward from North Babylon, New York. 6th in the ECC in rebounding. 7th in scoring. Shot 50% from the field for Malloy College, William Muller. Next, the 6'7" freshman forward from Watervliet, New York. He was the ECC Rookie of the Year. He led the Dolphins in rebounding, led the conference in block shots. From the College of Staten Island, Messiah Mallory. guard from Patterson, New Jersey, shot 46% from the field, is the Golden Falcons' all-time leader in assists from Felician University, Jalen Colon. And next, the 6'5" senior forward from Chicago, Illinois, shot 58% from the field from Nyack College, Isaiah Harris. And now for the All-Met Division II men's first team. A 5'8" senior guard from Mount Vernon, New York, he led the Spartans in scoring, was second in the team, assists and steals from St. Thomas Aquinas College, Dimitri Roberts. Next, we have a 6'6" junior forward from Middletown, New York, led the setters in scoring, rebounding, blocked shots, and shot 55% from the field from Pace University, Brian Cowell. Next, the 6-foot graduate guard from Cambria Heights, New York, led the setters in assists, was 12th in the nation in Division II, and finished as the all-time school leader in total assists. From Pace University, Brandon Jacobs. Next, the 6'5" senior guard forward from Bolivar, Venezuela. He led the Spartans in rebounding, was second in scoring, shot 57% from the field from St. Thomas Aquinas College, Osbel Caraballo. And a 6'4" graduate forward from Springfield Gardens. He led the Chargers in scoring and rebounding, second in the CACC in steals from Dominican College, Jalen Burgess. Thank you, gentlemen. You want to take your seats? I'd like to ask Tobin Anderson of St. Thomas Aquinas to please join me on the stage. So as we were just whispering, this is getting to be a regular habit for our All-Met Division II Men's Coach of the Year. 9 years with the Spartans, 2 straight Coach of the Year designations, and 5 times overall. 28-5 this past season. The East Coast Conference regular season and tournament champions. Our Division II Men's Coach of the Year from St. Thomas Aquinas, here is Tobin Anderson.
Thanks, Chuck, and I want to thank all the event writers. Just awesome. I think I speak on behalf of everybody who's here just to be back tonight in person after 2 years being gone. It's a great dinner, a great chance to get together with all the coaches, and it's a great turnout, awesome turnout. And I think one of the keys, for I grew up in Iowa, so I'm not a New York guy or a Metropolitan guy, but I love to come out and see people supporting each other, and just a great turnout here. So it's awesome to be back in person, and I appreciate all that you do and all the writers do, and it's great to be recognized. I want to thank we've been pretty good for a while now, which is hard to do, and I want to thank my administration at St. Thomas Aquinas. It's been unbelievable, from the president on down. I've had a few presidents, a few ADs, a few administrators who have been tremendous. We're lucky right now, Nicole Ryan, Danny Hagenbacher, Denise Hopkins, and Brad Sarno. I want to thank them. Our administration has done a great job for us. I want to thank the coaching staff. As you get older, sometimes you start to delegate more and let them do more things, and they want to do more. Sometimes I don't let them, but I have a great coaching staff. Tom Bonicum, and Tom is a former former player of the year. He was All-Met player of the year, so he reminds me of that about once every week, and he was also a player of the year as well as part of the coaching staff of the year. It's also his birthday today, too, so it's a big day for Tom, so we're proud of our having for Cameron Morrell. Cam's been assistant now for 1 year, played for 2 years. He's been very, very good for us as a player and as a coach. And Matt Capel is not here tonight, but I appreciate a great coaching staff, incredible, wonderful job they've done. I'm lucky, like all the coaches who are here, to have a great season, to be coach of the year, have a great run. We have great players. We have great kids, great players that work hard to do the right things. You know, and all the guys we've had that have been players of the year, All-Met, and that kind of thing, have been here for 4 or 5 years. They keep coming back. And like the kid Demetri Roberts from Mount Vernon. If you can get a Mount Vernon guy, I can speak for a lot of coaches, if you can get a guy from Mount Vernon, you should take him, because Mount Vernon guys are pretty special. So we got a Mount Vernon point guard who was first team All-Met, and he came in a week after the season and said, Coach, I'm coming back for next year. And so that was, in this climate where guys are looking for something different and moving on, it's great to have a really good player who wants to come and be part of something really special and keep it going. So we've been lucky to have really good players, great kids, do things the right way, and we're very fortunate. The last thing I'll say, I want to thank my wife Jody, who's here tonight. She's awesome. She's incredible. She's from Kentucky, so she's got a whole different vision of basketball. But same thing, when you beat Kentucky, there was a lot of sad faces in the Anderson household. A lot of yelling, screaming, some swearing going on when St. Peter's beat Kentucky. So that didn't go so well that night. But she's just an incredible wife. Any coach knows that their partner, their spouse, is so important to their livelihood and what you do. We're in a, you know, it's crazy for 6 months. It's nice to take a deep breath now and relax and enjoy things a little bit and try to take some things off her plate. But my wife's been unbelievable, so I want to thank her. But this is great. I really appreciate this. Thanks for all that you guys do. And you know, like I always say, we'll try to work hard and get back here again next year. But appreciate it. Let's have a great night, and thank you. Thank you very much.
I'd like to ask Justin Davis of Felician and Coach Ivan Lewis to please come up to the stage. Before we introduce our co-player of the year, we have a video, and so if everyone will look at the screen over in the corner. You know, it's amazing when you see a video like that. The shooting percentage is 100%. So, for our player of the year, all the statistical information you need is in our printed program. But to tell us more about Justin Davis, here's the Felician coach, Ivan Lewis.
So unfortunately, Justin is currently in the portal, so forgive me if this sounds a little bit like a recruiting pitch. But Justin represents how much a program can be elevated when your best player is your hardest worker. I've coached guys who've had the ability to elevate a program on game day, but this year I had the opportunity to coach a young man with the passion, energy, and commitment to elevate the program every day. Just want to say congratulations to Mr. Davis, definitely deserves it.
I don't really have much to say, to be honest, but I just want to thank a couple people. Obviously, Coach I, the rest of the Felician coaching staff, Coach B, Coach Nick, my teammates, my family, my friends, but that's really it. Thank y'all.
At this time, I'd like to ask Ronnie Silva of Adelphi, Coach Dave Duke, please come to the stage. Before we introduce our player and coach, if you would again, please turn to the video screen. We'll go to highlights coming up. Now tell me honestly, wouldn't you like to see one of these videos where the player takes a three-shot and clangs it off the front of the rim? Never happens, never happens. Again, all the statistical information is in our program. First, we'd like to call on Coach Dave Duke, and then on our Player of the Year, Ronnie Silva, Co-Player of the Year.
Good evening, everybody. When I was asked to present this award to Ronnie, 100 different thoughts crossed my mind. Chuck, don't worry, I'm going to leave it at 3, okay? The first is what a great person Ronnie Silva is. He's kind, he's caring, he's thoughtful, he's truly an amazing human being, which to me is most important. Next, as we saw, and we could have watched another 3 hours of that, how talented Ronnie is. Finally, what a hard worker he is. First in the gym, last to leave the gym on a daily basis. He validates every single hard work cliche with this award tonight. He's a joy to spend time with. It's a privilege to coach him, and I'm honored to present him this award.
Well, thank you guys. First, I'd like to thank you, Coach Lee. First speech here, but I'd like to say thank you to Coach Lou for the kind words. I just want to thank God for this opportunity to be here with all these great players and great coaches. I'd like to thank the Met Riders for honoring me with this award. It's a blessing, and I'm humbled to receive this award. I'd like to thank everybody that helped me along with my basketball journey. I'd like to thank everyone from high school, sending back to my high school coaches back in New Hampshire, Coach Lane, Coach Gaudreau. I'd like to thank TJ Thompson and his wife Lima for their mentorship and their help with me on and off the basketball court. And then I would like to thank Coach Duke, Coach Stan, Coach BK for just giving me an opportunity to continue my academics, my basketball career. And I'm just blessed and honored. I'd like to thank everybody at Adelphi from the administration, everybody at the table that came with me, Coach Sade, Coach Lowe's, Emily, Coach McCabe, Dan McCabe, and Ian. I'd like to thank all you guys, everybody from the training staff, everybody. I appreciate everyone. And I'd like to also honor my mother, who is my role model, my inspiration. If you're watching this, love you, Mom. Thank you guys for everything.
Our next award is called the Mike Cohen Good Guy Award. Would Jack Jones of Fairfield please join me here on the stage? While Jack's coming up to the podium, I'll just say that our good friend Mike Cohen, who this award is named after, attended many of these Haggerty Award dinners. He worked for Manhattan College, Fordham University, NBC Sports, Yonkers Raceway, and was a good friend to college basketball players and coaches and everyone in the administration. Two of his sons are here tonight at table one, helping us run this dinner. Would you stand up? Todd Cohen, Ross Cohen. Thank you, guys. Let me say, when we sent out the release 2 weeks ago that Jack Jones of Fairfield University would be presented with our Good Guy Awards, I was just about inundated with emails and phone calls telling me that we could not have picked a better person for this award. It was unanimous. Everyone was so enthusiastic, telling me that Jack Jones was the best guy for the good guy. So without further ado, our 2022 Good Guy recipient, here's Jack Jones.
Thank you. I was looking over at the program and saw all the great action shots of all the athletes and coaches. I wonder what that would look like, why there wasn't any of the sports information director action shots, you know? I mean, why not? You know what they would look like, like handing the copier, clearing the copier, hand stuck in the copier. Maybe sprint to the buffet line. And of course, followed by old Hammy at the buffet line. So I think we'll just stick with headshots from the SID standpoint. Chuck, thank you for this honor. I'd like to thank the members of the Metropolitan Basketball Writers Association and the Executive Committee for considering me for this honor. I'd like to congratulate all the award winners tonight, as well as the coaches and student athletes who will be recognized for their achievements on the basketball court during this past season. It's an honor to share this podium with you this evening. As a sports information director, I've written my share of releases, kept my share of statistics, and set up my share of interviews. But my favorite part of this job is finding the unique and interesting stories of coaches and students, and sharing those stories with alumni, fans, and of course members of the media. The members of the Basketball Writers Association have told the stories of coaches and student athletes for many years, going beyond the box score to chronicle your success in the classroom, your outreach to the community, and of course your leadership on campus. We all admire how you handle the complexities of being a student athlete. The demands of your schedule can be overwhelming, yet you handle these commitments with poise and maturity. As a college basketball fan, I enjoy reading these stories about your accomplishments, which remind all of us of the impact that you have on your communities. I've had the privilege to tell these unique stories about our student athletes and coaches at Fairfield University. For example, one of our award winners tonight, Joe Frager, may be known for his coaching on the basketball court, but I'll go out on a limb and say that he may be the only person in this room to have recorded a save on the mound at Shea Stadium as a member of the UConn baseball team. Joe, I've admired your program for the last 15 years and learned so much about the game from you. I offer my heartfelt congratulations on you being named Coach of the Year. I'm grateful for the opportunities I've had at Fairfield University and appreciative working alongside so many talented and collaborative colleagues both at Fairfield and in the MAC who continue to teach this old man new tricks. It's kind of like those Progressive commercials where the people turn into their parents. Well, people at our office kind of do that with me as I get older. It's like, Jack, you don't need to consult the AP style guide when you tweet. So, if you indulge me for one more minute, I'd like to introduce my wife Donna and my sons Jacob and Benjamin who are here tonight. I assure you that this night will always be even more memorable for me because you are here to share it with me. I would not be standing here tonight without your love and support. I'd also like to express my appreciation to the Cohen family for giving the Metropolitan Basketball Writers Association an opportunity to celebrate Mark's legacy each year at this dinner. I'm humbled to be as proud as to this list of previous recipients, but even more so to be associated with the original good guy. Thank you again for this honor.
Next up, the All-Met Division II Women's Awards. I'd like to ask the first and second team players, All-Met Division II Women, please come on over to our banner here. We'll take some group photos and then we'll present the individual award. All-Met Division II Women's first and second teams. And now for the presentation of the individual players and their awards. We begin with the All-Met second team. Our first player is a 5'11" graduate guard from Voorhees, New Jersey. She was third in the East Coast Conference, shooting 49% from the field, fourth in block shots from Malloy College, Sophia Lee. Next is a 5'6" senior guard from Haverstraw, New York, led the Spartans in scoring and in steals from St. Thomas Aquinas, Alexa Huertas. Next is a 5'7" freshman guard from Norwich, Connecticut, led the Spartans in rebounding, second in scoring, shot 40% from the field. From St. Thomas Aquinas, Sarah Erickson. Next is a 6'1" senior guard from Alicante, Spain. She led the Cougars in rebounding, was second in scoring, and she only missed 2 free throws all season. Let me repeat that. She only missed 2 free throws all season, shooting 93.9% at the line from Caldwell University, Paula Ditz. A 5'7" senior guard from Glen Burnie, Maryland. She was second on the Mavericks in both scoring and in 3-point field goals. From Mercy College, Tasha Bender. And now for the All-Met first team. A 5'6" junior guard from Wappingers Falls, New York. She was second in the East Coast Conference in assists and steals and 4th in points per game for Mercy College, Katie Wall. Next, the 5'9" junior forward from Middletown, New York. She led the Chargers in scoring, was second in rebounding, shot 49% from the field. From Dominican College, Taylor Tomlinson. And next is a 5'8" junior guard from Brooklyn, New York. Led the Cougars in scoring, shot 41% from the field, and only missed 6 free throws all season. From Caldwell University, Casey O'Shaughnessy. Next, the 5'11" graduate guard from Rentham, Massachusetts. Northeast 10 Defensive Player of the Year. Led the conference in blocked shots, as well as leading her team in scoring, rebounding, and steals. From Adelphi University, Emily Pacelli. Next is a 5'9" sophomore guard from Jersey City, New Jersey. Led the CACC in scoring and rebounding, averaged a double-double for the season, 6th in the nation in rebounding. From Felician University, Brianna Lee. A 6-foot senior forward from Farmingville, New York, was the East Coast Conference Defensive Player of the Year, finished second in the conference in blocked shots, 3rd in scoring, 4th in steals from Malloy College, Gabriella Aspero. And now I'd like to ask Lauren Shetter and Carrie Seymour from Pace University. Please join me on the stage. First, I'd like to present the All-Met Division II Women's Coach of the Year. It's an award we may have to retire after this season. Carrie Seymour has now won this award a record 7 times. That is more than any other men's or women's coach in Division I, Division II, or Division III. This past season, the Setters were 24-8. They won the regular season title in the Northeast 10. They advanced to the Elite 8 stage of the NCAA tournament. From Pace University, here's our Coach of the Year, Carrie Seymour.
first of all, I'd like to thank the Met Riders and Chuck for having this evening. And I think I might be the longest tenured coach in the area. So that's maybe had something to do with the 7 wins. Congratulations to all the other award winners. Special note to our men's basketball players, Brandon Jacobs, Brandon Powell, and Brian Powell. Congratulations. I'd like to thank all the people at PACE that helped make everything possible. I always say that you can only win anywhere if you have the support of the administration. Your administration has to want you to win. And a lot of people at PACE do a lot of things for us. Tonight we have with us Jim Sheehan, our Sports Information Director, and Kristen Quinn, one of our Associate Athletic Directors. I'd also like to thank our men's basketball staff, Matt Healing, Sean McGathy, John Mercedes, for all their help. We lean on each other a lot, we count on each other, and I think we're in, I don't know if it's a unique situation, but it's a great situation where both staffs really support each other, so thank you. We also lean on our families a lot. We have great families of our players. I think it's a little bit indicative of how many people today showed up for Lauren. I think that might be a record, but we have great families, great support, and you know, it's receiving Coach of the Year is kind of, I don't know, I feel kind of awkward about it sometimes because I think it's really a team award. But I am grateful, very humble for you giving this honor. And I also, it's because you get an opportunity to talk publicly about people in your program. And at our level, we don't get to do that much. And I like to start off with thanking some people. And number one, I think, is Brittany Shields. Brittany has been our associate head coach now. She was the Met Player of the Year in 2012. And this year we were very short-handed with our staff. It was just Brittany and myself. And aside from all of the ridiculous amount of work Brittany had to do, the role she plays with our players is just unbelievable. You know, she's their coach, she's their teacher, she's their counselor, sometimes she's their not such nice boss, but doing all of those things, she also was their friend. And she's a huge part of why we were able to be successful. So thank you. And of course, I mean, this is all about the players on our team. When we started off this year, we had 15 kids. 4 had played in a practice at PACE, never mind a game at PACE. Only 4 that were available to play in anything organized at PACE. And somehow, we had 4 upperclassmen, Lauren Shetter, Naya Rivera, Kelsey Quang, Lauren Hackett, and they did a great job. And they were the only people that had any experience playing in the N10, playing the college game at this level. And the team just kind of grew around them. They grew around them. They showed them how to learn from your failures, how to bounce back from your mistakes. And our players took a team that was picked 5th in our division to share first place in our division and to win an NCAA regional championship. And I couldn't be prouder of them. I couldn't be happier for them. I'm going to talk about Lauren in a little bit, but I'm very grateful and very happy to accept this award on their behalf. Thank you.
At this time, everyone, turn your attention, please, to the video screen.
And the 1-1 finish, Baker
plus one. Willis can't believe it. Center transition slips away and lays it in. Ball down to three. Oh, a nice stolen pass on the telegraph there. Getter here. You know, why not?
Again, all this statistical information you may need is in our printed program, but to tell us more about Lauren Shetter, our Player of the Year, here's her coach, Harry Seymour.
It really is an honor, it's a privilege to talk about Lauren. When we were recruiting her in high school, we would talk to a lot of other college coaches about her, and everybody would always tell me, you know, I don't know if she's really a scholarship player. She's not really that tall. And I said, you're right. She's not really that tall. And she's really not a scorer. She's really not a post. And I would agree with them. You're absolutely right. She's got a lot of question marks. And meanwhile, in the back of my mind, like, she's going to be one of the best. If we can get her, she's probably going to be one of the best players we ever had at Pace. And she is one of the best players we ever had at Pace. I think she ranks right below Brittany Shields, number 4 in scoring. She's over 1,000 rebounds as well, I think. No, not over 1,000 rebounds. But Lauren, the things that she did for our team, a lot of them don't show up in the stat sheet either. She was one of our hardest workers. She was our most competitive player. Very humble in doing all of this. She took her role as being our leading scorer and leading rebounder as it wasn't any more important than anybody else's role. Her role wasn't bigger than the 15th guy on the team or the second person off the bench. It was just her role. And she had to fight through a lot this year, a lot of nagging injuries, a lot of double teams, a lot of triple teams, and she just handled it all. And just her main priority was, what do I need to do to help this team win? And there's nobody I would rather be, on the same side with this Lauren. She's the reason why we got to the NCAA regionals. She's the reason why we won the NCAA regionals, and she's just a pleasure to coach and someone that we're definitely going to miss next year. And I'm very happy to announce the Player of the Year, Lauren Shetter.
Hello everyone. I want to start off by congratulating all the men and women that are here tonight. Each and every one of us have worked so hard to get where we are, and it's a great feeling to be rewarded for that. I also want to thank the Writers Association for honoring me with this award and all the coaches that voted for me. I'm so proud to not only play in this area, but to be surrounded by so much talented competition and coaches. I then want to thank Pace Women's Basketball, my head coach, Harry Seymour, for giving me the opportunity to come back to do my graduate year after having the season canceled. You gave me the opportunity to do the best I can, even when I may not be the easiest to deal with. My team is fortunate to have a coach that has been at Pace for 30 years and with 30 plus years of coaching experience. I know Coach will come up here and say that she does not want to take all the credit and it's the team game. However, I will say to anyone that asks me how we were able to do it this year, that you and Coach Fields gave us every tool that we needed to be successful. Before every season, game, and practice, the amount of preparation that you put in it is incredible. This year, we're finally able to reward you for all of it. I finally understood, after the long hours of film and preparing practice, that all the little details that you would emphasize matter. You were given a team with a bunch of players with lack of experience, and you were able to help us achieve more than we would have ever believed that we were capable of. So I congratulate you, and there's no one that deserves to coach with you more. Pace Women's Basketball truly would not have been who we were this year without you. And there's a reason why you have won this award 7 times, and that is something that no one else here can say, or anyone, like I said. So So congratulations, Coach, again. I also want to give a special thank you to my associate head coach, Brittany Shields, for everything you have done for me throughout these last 5 years. From recruiting me to go to PACE, to doing individuals with me during COVID times when there was not much to look forward to for a whole year, to answering the phone during the tough times from everyone, me and I, for every single one of us, and to making it to the Elite Eight this past March. You have played a huge role in my success at PACE, and even though I did not beat your scoring record, I get more round points from Coach because I made it further than NCAA tournament. Next, I want to thank my teammates. I've been fortunate enough to have not only had amazing teammates, but I also found my best friends. Being able to make this run with such a determined, focused, fun group of girls was so much more than I could have asked for. Coming into the season, I was not sure what to expect after a full year of not practicing with sophomores and freshmen and not having any juniors on our team. It was a little difficult at first to get the young girls to understand just how hard it really is to play in a college basketball game. After being ranked 5th on our side of the conference in the polls before the season, we knew that we would have to work hard to prove ourselves, and that is exactly what we did. I'm so proud of my team for being able to make program history, winning a regional championship, and fighting all the way until the end. We had nothing to lose, but everything to prove. To my family, my mom and dad, thank you for coming to almost every game and listening to me, even when I didn't say I do not think I can do this anymore. Thank you for always believing in me and knowing that I was strong enough to do it, even when I may not have believed, when I may have doubted myself. You have been my support system since CYO and AAU, and I could not be more grateful for the love and encouragement that I get from you every day. And I really hope that this continues now that I don't have basketball anymore. To my brother Patrick, thank you for never making it easy for me growing up, even though the only way you would win is if you cheat. And to a not so little someone that I spent a lot of time with during the off season, whenever I would be having one of those days where working out may not have been something I was too excited about, thank you for always motivating me by saying, if you want to be player of the year, you can't sit out right now. So I would thank you for keeping me at your expectations of me nice and high and encouraging me to get more report. And to everyone that watched and supported us through this season, my uncles and aunts, cousins, grandparents, friends of friends, from the entire Facebook's basketball team, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you, and again, thank you to that Writers Association, and congratulations to everyone here tonight.
Well, that's one of those moments that they say in television is an oops moment. Almost took down the whole set. At this time, with Mark Carino of Caldwell, please join me on the stage. This is the first of two of our Distinguished Service Awards we are presenting tonight. Currently completing his 34th year as both athletic director and the head men's basketball coach at Caldwell University, Mark A. Carino has produced a long list of accomplishments in both his roles at the school. For all the details, you can look at page 17 in your printed program. So it is my honor at this time to present this Distinguished Service Award on behalf of the Met basketball community to Mark A. Carino. Thank you.
I will be brief with my remarks, but I would like to first congratulate all of today's award winners on their outstanding accomplishments. Receiving an award this evening is a great honor, and one that we should all be very proud of, and one that we should all share. I will start with a heartfelt thank you to the Metropolitan Writers Association and Chuck Stoll for honoring me with this prestigious award. I am deeply grateful and humbled to receive this distinguished service award this evening. But I would also like to mention that we are all so very fortunate to have Chuck, the leader of this organization for over many, many years, support our institutions and our student athletes with the recognition that they deserve, and for continuing to host this outstanding evening. We thank you for that. So on behalf of all of our institutions, over the many years that you guys have done this work for us, we thank you for your support, and we hope that it will continue for many years to come. I realize that this honor that I would like to share with many others. I need to thank my Caldwell University administration for their continued support. As Chuck mentioned, over 34 years of support. And our athletic department for providing us with the resources to be successful. As I started to think about what to say, I would like to share this award with my entire athletic staff, many of which are with us today, my assistant coaches, student athletes, and to thank them for their support and commitment to and dedication to our institution, our department, and most importantly, overall, our student athletes. Over the years, my athletic family is so important to me, and I am so proud of them all, both past and present, and I can't thank them enough for all that they have done for myself as well as for Caldwell University athletes. I know that the people that know me know that my family is obviously very important to me. I need to thank my wife, who's with us tonight, my wife Susan, who's with me this evening. I also have a daughter and a son-in-law and 2 grandchildren. Susan has been with me throughout my entire career. We've been married for 38 years. And as you may imagine, it's not easy being a coach's wife. There are so many obligations, so many distractions and sacrifices that are needed. She has been my greatest fan. And I really can't thank my family and my wife enough for their continued love and support. And in closing, I just want to say one other thing, that I want to thank God for allowing Caldwell University to enter into my life 34 years ago. I've had so many great opportunities, so many successes, and had the opportunity to deal with so many wonderful student athletes over the years. And I can't thank all enough, and I can't thank my institution enough for their support over the years that I've been at Caldwell. For everyone this evening, I thank you, and enjoy the evening.
I'd like to ask the players from All Met Division III men's first and second teams. The players, All Met Division III men's basketball first and second team players, please join us here next to our screen off to the side of the stage. Division III men, first and second team players. And to make the presentations, I'm going to call upon Greg Cohen from the Red Basketball Writers Committee. So if those players would please assemble, we'll take a couple of group shots, and then we'll present the individual awards.
Good evening, everybody. It's really wonderful to get back together in person. It's been 2.5 long years, and this is a really necessary event. So, on behalf of our committee, it is really a wonderful thing to have everybody gathered back here today. We're going to do the men's second team all Met Division III. A CUNYAC and NABC first team all-star, 15.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, led the Bearcats to the CUNY title and the NCAA's Adnan Bajrami from Baruch. Also, CUNYAC first team all-star, averaged 21 points, 5.8 rebounds, 4.6 assists for the resurgent Cardinals, Quarren Dublin from New York. Another CUNYAC first team all-star. He led the league in scoring and led the Lightning to the CUNYAC regular season title, Isaiah Gathers from Lehman. Okay, the rest I believe are not here, but here in the second team all-ECAC and all-Met, second time in his career, from Centenary, Chris Lavelle. First team all-Landmark, second team NABC all-District, from Drew, Howard McBurney. And rounding out the second team in all-NJAC first team selection, co-MVP of the 2022 ECAC tournament, Quincy Rutherford from Rutgers Newark. Okay, now the the all-Met men's Division III first team. The CUNYAC Player of the Year. He also competed in the Reese's Division III All-Star Game, averaging 19.6 points, 10.4 rebounds, and a league-leading 7.0 assists a game from Lehman College, Gian Batista. He led Stevens to the MAC Freedom Championship and second round of the NCAA tournament in all MAC Freedom first team selection, 14 points a game, 10.3 rebounds, Alex DiPetronino from Stevens. Among his honors, this team first team all UAA and ECAC selection, averaging 20.5 points a game, 13.2 rebounds. Also played in the Reese's Division III All-Star Game from NYU, Bobby Hawkinson. The Liberty League Player of the Year in all region selection, averaged 14.5 points, 11.1 boards, giving his squad to the NCAA tournament for the first time in program history from Vassar, Zach Johnson. And rounding out the team, also not here this evening, an all-Skyline first team. For the third time in his career, he averaged 10.4 points, 9.7 rebounds, 6.9 assists. Finished his career with 16.24 points, 12.54 rebounds, and 657 assists. During his amazing career at Yeshiva, it's Gabe Leifer. At this time, I'd like to call Greg Fox, the athletic director at Yeshiva University, while I say a couple of notes. So we're on to Coach and Player of the Year for Division III. Unfortunately, the head coach of Yeshiva University and the Player of the Year, Brian Terrell, both were traveling during the Passover break and have not returned back to New York. So neither is with us this evening. But I'd like to address them both together, as will their athletic director, Greg Fox. Elliot Steinmetz is winning this award for the third time. You could read it in your program. What he's done at Yeshiva University is pretty remarkable, turning a very small school, Division III, into a national powerhouse for the last few years. And a lot of that success is because of this 6'7" guard from Los Angeles, Ryan Terrell. You can read about it in your program. The part you can't read in your program is that Ryan is now a 3-time Player of the Year in Division III, the first person ever to win the award 3 years in a row. And recently he was invited to the Portsmouth Invitational Tournament for NBA draft consideration, and played 3 games, and his team won the title. And in the second game, the semifinal game, he scored 21 points against all Division I players. There were 2 Division II players, and he was the only Division III player invited to the event. So keep an eye on Ryan Terrell. And while Coach Greg Fox is gathering his thoughts, we're going to show you Ryan's highlights. So accepting the Coach of the Year for Elliot Steinmetz and Division III Player of the Year for Ryan Terrell, Yeshiva Athletic Director Greg Fox.
Hi everyone, nice to be back here. It's been a long time. Good seeing Chuck. Great job by Chuck running this for, how many decades is this, Chuck? 42 years, which is unbelievable. I'm here to accept, and Greg kind of stole my thunder already, talking about Elliot and Ryan Terrell. The timing of this was a little bit off since we just got through Passover, and head coach Elliot Steinmetz is traveling. He's in Arizona with his son, who became the first Orthodox Jew to be drafted into Major League Baseball. He was a 3rd-round pick of the Arizona Diamondbacks. So look for Jacob Steinmetz in the future. The kid is a tremendous talent. And as a coach, Elliot Steinmetz he's one of the most impressive people I've ever met in my life. For his day job, he works as an attorney, and then spends his nights and early mornings serving as the YU basketball coach. Coaches from all over the country contact him to discuss his motion offense, and he has just done an unbelievable job taking this team into national prominence. The Jewish community has really taken hold of this program and what it's been able to accomplish over the past couple of years, and that is in large part due to Coach Steinmetz. And as Greg was saying about Ryan Terrell, Ryan, the only Division III player to be invited to the Portsmouth Invitational last week, where he really acquitted himself very, very well. He is going to be an earner in professional basketball somewhere. But as the coach of Felician said earlier, it's wonderful having your best player be your hardest worker, and that's what Ryan Terrell is. He is the hardest worker on the team, and he along with Gabe Leifer, who's also our first team All-Met guy, probably the 2 nicest kids
I have ever been associated with in all my years in college athletics, and that's any sport. You will see Ryan Terrell literally with about 150 kids after every basketball game at YU, and Ryan will take the time and take a photo with every single one of them. He will spend an additional 90 minutes in the gym to meet all those kids, all of their families, to take photos, to sign autographs. And that's why I love being at YU, to be around kids like that. So it's been a real pleasure to be here and accept the honor for Ryan and Elliot, and thank you very much.
At this time, would Russ Rogers of Stevens Institute please join me on the stage? Russ? The growth of varsity sports at Stevens Institute has been remarkable since Russ Rogers came aboard in 1995. The Ducks varsity program is now number 25, and the school has transitioned into the Middle Atlantic Conference as Russ wraps up his 22nd year as Director of Athletics. And for a more extensive treatment of his achievements, you can please see page 17 in your printed program. And at this time, it's my privilege to present our Distinguished Service Award on behalf of the Met basketball community to Russ Rogers.
Well, first of all, I want to thank the Met Basketball Writers Association for recognizing me for this really prestigious honor. And Chuck, thank you so much for all you do. It's fun getting to know you, and I look forward to coming back. This is really, I think, a unique day in college athletics. Only sport that I can think of where all the different divisions are able to come together like this and enjoy and really learn more about just some amazing accomplishments. And I want to join everyone else in congratulating all of tonight's winners. Although I got to say, I thought there was a mistake when I saw that I was receiving the same award as Mark Carino. Because I can tell you that Mark knows way more about basketball than I ever will. So I'm honored to be a part of this special group. And this award really is a Stevens Award. It's not, I just get to stand up here and accept it. We're really fortunate. We've made tremendous strides in athletics and in basketball at our university. We have a really supportive administration. I'm lucky to work with two outstanding head coaches in Bobby Hurley and Meg Howie. Can't thank them enough for all they do. And they have just, I think, the two best staffs you could ever possibly want. Our support staff, our sports medicine people, strength and conditioning, events, athletic communications, on and on and on. It's really, it's a team environment there, very supportive to help our student athletes. And I want to just give a shout out to Jess and to Alec, our two student athletes that are being honored tonight. It's been so awesome watching both of you play for the last 4 years or more, and just so proud of everything both of you have accomplished, and glad to be here with you all tonight. And lastly, I want to recognize my wife, Mary Jane, who also came with me. And many years ago, she gave up her dream job as an athletic trainer at her alma mater at Rutgers to help me do what I do. It's two jobs like that, with all the crazy hours, can be difficult. And she's big reason why the biggest reason why I'm up here tonight, because she allows me to do this and puts up with all my craziness. So thank you all again. I appreciate it. Enjoy the evening, and Chuck, thanks again so much.
Thank you. Congratulations, Russ. All OMAT Division III Women's Awards with the first and second team players from Women's Division III. Please join us here at the banner next to the stage. First and second team players, Women's Division III. We'll take a couple of group photos and then we'll make the individual presentations. Once again, Greg Cohen will do the presenting. So let's take some pictures, first and second team players.
Okay, we're ready for the All-Met Women's Division III second team honorees. Led Skyline in scoring 22 points a game, which is fourth in Division III, Alyssa Adamiatis from St. Joseph's, Long Island. Next up, she led the Ducks with 13.7 points, 7.6 rebounds. Our first team All-MAC Freedom Selection, Jess Broad from Stevens. First team All-NJAC selection scored 17.1 points a game while shooting an impressive .835 from the charity stripe. Nikki Carter from Montclair State. Earning Cudiac first team at ECAC first team All-Star honors, 16 points a game, 12.4 rebounds from John J. Katie Healy. And rounding out the second team, ECAC Rookie of the Year, also the UAA Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year from NYU, Belle Palicia. Now on to the Division III All-Med Women's Team. First team, I just want to point out, this isn't in your program either, but I've been doing this award for a long time, I think even before I joined the committee 9 years ago. And we have 6 players on the team. We have 5 Conference Players of the Year, and the only one that's not a Conference Player of the Year was our All-Met Player of the Year last season. So this team is loaded. That being said, Skyline Player of the Year, second team All-ECAC, scored 18 points a game, led Mount St. Mary to a 24-4 overall record, 19-1 Skyline play, Marina Boyka. A WBCA Division III All-America honorable mention, the Liberty League Player of the Year, averaged 14.2 points a game from Vassar, Sarah Gululi. A 2021-22 Justin's Trophy finalist and the NJAC Player of the Year, a 4-time first-team All-NJAC honoree, led Kane with 16.6 points a game, Shannon McCoy. A WBCA All-American led UAA and ECAC with Player of the Year awards, a first-team UAA All-Honoree, 11.9 points a game from NYU, Jenny Walker. And yes, I left you up there last. So a quick round of applause for last year's Player of the Year for Damaris Rodriguez from NJCU. This year she led the NJAC in scoring 21.2 points a game and second in the NCAA, 7.2 assists a game. First ever freshman to win our award and led NJCU to a second straight NJAC championship, Damaris Rodriguez. Now on to All-Med Women's Division III Coach of the Year. Would Meg Barber please join me up here? While she's walking up, in her fourth season at the helm, NYU alum Meg Barber, also the Coach of the Year for us in 2020. She was the Women's Basketball Coaches Association Division III Coach of the Year this past season. She led a young violence team to a 25-2 overall record, 13-1 in the very tough UAA conference, and one of the best campaigns in program history as NYU won its first outright University Athletic Association title since 1997. And then she advanced to the Elite Eight in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2007. Your Met Division III Women's Coach of the Year from NYU, Meg Barber.
Good evening. I'd like to obviously start out and thank the Metropolitan Basketball Writers Association for this tremendous honor and also for this wonderful opportunity to just come together again. Seeing so many familiar faces. It's been a long time since I've seen many of you, and it's just a great opportunity to welcome everybody and celebrate a great night. I'd like to congratulate all the other honorees, coaches, and student athletes. Unfortunately, our honorees could not be here tonight. Jenny Walker and Belle Palakia, who were close with Palakia, as they have class tonight, but they're appreciative as well. I'm especially thankful to have a somewhat public platform to thank my assistants, Nettie, Audrey, and Emmy. I think they're three of the best in the business and make me look very good at what I do. And in my eyes, this award is Coaching Staff of the Year, so thank you guys so much for everything. We didn't bounce the ball in a quote-unquote NYU facility. Also, thank you to all of you who share your facilities for us. For about 600 days. So the job that they did to help us get up and running for the season that we had was absolutely incredible, and they're even better people than they are coaches, and it's been so much fun to share the past 4 years with you guys, so thank you very much. I'm also very thankful to get a chance to say thank you to all the coaches, the administrators, and the student athletes in this room, especially the student athletes in this room. As a group, the resiliency shown just to get through this pandemic, especially in the metropolitan area, has been incredibly inspiring. And I truly have the utmost respect for all of you and really appreciate the connection that we all share. Basketball for me has always been about family, and I've heard that from a few other recipients tonight. My first team, after a strong evaluation from my dad, I was moved up, playing up from a second grader to the sixth grade team that he was coaching. But basketball has been a family in my family ever since that day I stepped on the court as a second grader, and my family has supported my entire coaching journey. I truly would not be here today without them. My mom is in the back of the room. Thank you for still coming to my events. And my sisters who are watching, thank you guys for your support as well. And lastly, I'd like to thank our administration for finding a way to just have a season at NYU this year. All the immense hurdles that they jumped through to keep our season going. That includes Jeff Bernstein, our athletics communication manager. I hope I got that title right, Jeff. And lastly, and most importantly, our team. We all know that awards like this come from a talented roster, but I would like to just say we have the most amazing young women in our program. They represent NYU incredibly well. They are a true pleasure to be around. I feel like the luckiest coach in the world to have the opportunity to coach them, so thank you to our team. And in closing, I just want to share with everybody, our word for this year was grateful.
we truly felt grateful to have an opportunity to pick up the ball again and be back out on the court. I know I share that sentiment with many people here. I would encourage everybody to just sort of put that feeling in our pocket, just how amazing it felt to be back out on the court and having a season, or be administrating a season, or coaching a season, or playing a season. Thanks again. Best of luck in the off-season with recruiting and managing your teams, and also to the graduating seniors, congratulations, and best of luck in your new journey as well. Thank you very much.
Now on to the Women's Division III Player of the Year. I'd like to call Coach Alex Lang and Chanel Jamat from Brooklyn College. A lot about Chanel is in the program. I just want to put in one sentence that she's the Bulldogs' all-time leading scorer, CUNYAC Player of the Year second consecutive season, and CUNYAC Championship MVP for the third time. And Chanel has done things for Brooklyn College, including helping to win the school's first ever NCAA tournament game this past season. And that being said, let's show some highlights of Chanel's season. Here's Brooklyn College head coach Alex Lang.
Thank you, Greg, and thank you to the Metropolitan Basketball Writers Association. Last time I was up on this stage, I gave a really awful speech, so I'm going to keep it very short tonight. That was actually Chanel. That was one game highlight for Chanel. That wasn't the season highlights. Those were just one game this season. But Chanel has been doing that for 4 years for us. We've had 10 consecutive 20-win seasons. So we've had a lot of great players over the years, but I can say with a lot of pride that Chanel's been our best player, all right? And one thing, I was thinking about it, the days leading up to tonight, what's made Chanel so great? Because, I'm sure as all coaches will agree, you have a lot of players that come through your program and can do a lot of special things. But Chanel has that ability to escalate her game, not only just when she wants to take it to another level, but she takes it to that level in all big games. As Greg mentioned, she was our conference tournament MVP 3 times. She did it as a freshman, which was the last time I got to come up on this stage. I'll thank her for that because I got Coach of the Year, but as we all know, coaches don't get Coach of the Year without great players like this. And she's our all-time leading scorer in program history. She's also had over 1,000 rebounds for her career. She's somebody that can do it in a number of ways. Aside from all those things on the court, though, she's just a great person. She's a lot of fun to be around. She doesn't take herself too seriously, which I'm sure you'll see in a couple of minutes. But she's somebody that everybody gets along with. She loves her teammates. For me as a coach, you really want to push for players to get these kind of awards and to get the recognition they deserve. But that's not why she plays the game of basketball. She plays to be with her teammates and to develop those relationships. And interestingly enough, she's actually a two-sport athlete. She's on our softball team right now as well. So she had to skip practice today to come down here. But she's not quite as good a softball player as she is a basketball player. But however, I have to say, she started with little experience, and she's hitting fourth on the team, and she's playing shortstop. She's made herself a tremendous shortstop. So, I really have a lot of respect for her. She's somebody that I love as a person. We couldn't have done anything that we've done the last 4 years without her, and it made it a pleasure to come to practice every single day. So, Chanel Jamal.
Good evening, everybody. I wanted to start off saying thank you to the Writers Association. There was a lot of great candidates that could have left with this award today, so I'm super grateful for the opportunity and just the honor to be granted this award. I also wanted to thank Brooklyn College athletic staff, coaching staff, Mia, assistant coach, Rocco, my coach right here, my family, my friends, support system that helped me really get along through the season, because it's never really an easy season. There's definitely a lot of ups and downs, so I want to just thank everybody that helped me get through it. And then I just want to finish with the point of, I'm a firm believer that everybody here has a purpose on earth. For a lot of people in this crowd or in this audience, I think we do a good job of inspiring people through our play. We inspire people through the way that we love, we laugh. And while this is like a great, tremendous opportunity for me, and it's a great moment for me, I hope it serves as a testament for a bunch of little girls from the inner city who might be a little undersized, might not get as much exposure as they see fit, but I hope it serves as a testament that with a little hard work, dedication, and a little bit of luck, you could pretty much do anything. So thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you. We have just one more special award, and then we have the Division I awards to come. At this time, I'd like to ask Andrew O'Connell, Bobby Ciaffardini, and Alex Walls to come up to the stage.
I'd like to start by thanking the Basketball Writers Association, especially Chuck Stogel, Chris Fallon, Linda Bruno, and Jeff Bernstein for their persistence and hard work in keeping this award alive over the past 2 years. It would have been easy to let this newly formed scholarship fall by the wayside, but they didn't let that happen, and I sincerely thank you all for that. Those of you that knew my dad knew that he loved this dinner. I think he would have been deeply touched by this honor, but I think he would have hated the fact that the program got a few minutes longer on his account. For those unfamiliar with who my dad was, his resume is an impressive read. Jim O'Connell spent 4 decades with the Associated Press, 30 of those as the organization's lead college basketball writer. He attended every Final Four from Magic Bird in '79 until Carolina beat Gonzaga in 2017. In 2002, he was bestowed with the profession's highest honor, the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame's Kirk Gowdy Award. That same year, he was inducted into the USBWA Hall of Fame, an organization that he led as its president. He covered Olympics, World Championships, and other international competitions around the globe. And at the time of his death, USA Basketball credited him with having covered more Team USA games than any other media member in its history. But those of you who knew Ock well knew that while he certainly never would turn down the chance to cover Carolina Duke, he was a New Yorker through and through. On his nights off, he would still catch a game at Hofstra, LIU, or Iona. He loved the game's biggest stages, but he also frequented games at some of the smallest gyms in the country.
And I think the main reason for that, aside from the fact that he loved the game, was because of the people in this room. The coaches, players, SIDs, writers, broadcasters, administrators, anyone that would pull up a chair and chat for a few minutes. You're what makes this organization great. When my dad passed away in 2018, I was truly overwhelmed by how many people reached out and said that my dad helped them in one way or another over the course of their career, especially when they were young and just breaking into the industry. That's who my dad was. It'd be easy to blow off people in his position, but he never did. Pulitzer Prize winner, student radio broadcaster, everybody had the same access to Hawk. And that's why I'm so proud to continue this award. In my mind, if he were still here tonight, he'd be helping kids like Alex. He may not be able to make a phone call on his behalf, but hopefully having his name attached to Alex's will open a few doors. And also, the check probably doesn't hurt either. So thank you again for everyone here tonight, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
I actually wasn't prepared to say anything tonight, but I guess the best place for me to start would be all of the programs in this room should line up to hire Alex Walls, because he is arguably the best student worker I have ever had. He's done an outstanding job this year as a junior, one of the few sports managers to ever be given that position as a junior, and I'm very excited about his future. Big round of applause for Alex tonight.
Kind of hard to live up to that, so there you go. But obviously, just want to start with a big thank you to Chuck and everybody here at the Basketball Writers Association. You know, I came here thinking a lot about the script and things I wanted to say, but you know, Bobby and I always say at FPV the best things are unscripted, so you just have to go from the heart here. And I think this is a really special award in a lot of ways. You know, a lot of what Andrew just talked about, the things that OC does up to. You know, for me as a graduating student, those are the things you want to live up to when you enter, you know, a career in sports media. So to have OC as an icon and a vision and a pillar, as someone to really think about and to try to strive to be like, is something really special for me. Because that's so much of what the people over there have done for me. And everyone at this table here, for them, that goes to Ryan Ulick, our assistant SID, who sent the application to apply for this award. Wasn't sure if I was going to do it initially, but thanks to his support, thanks to Bobby, thanks to everybody that really encouraged me to do this, and I wouldn't be here without him. Wouldn't be here without Joe DeBarry, who physically drove me here, which obviously is very important, and also, you know, has driven me for the past 3 years in so many different ways. He's been a big help to me, been a big help to everyone at FPV, and we wouldn't be here without him, without a doubt. A big thanks to David, who came back from, you know, I left for him a couple weeks ago just for this. That means a ton to me, it really does, and he's been someone who I've had so many conversations with about things we want to do in our futures and our careers, and having him as a person to talk to has always meant so much, even after he left. And then, you know, Coach Nina's here to represent women's basketball, and just to give a thank you to them, to her and to Coach Ergo and our basketball programs for opening their doors up to us and letting us as sports media students tell the stories of all the athletes here. You know, you guys give us something to do, and that means a lot. So, you know, from top to bottom, this is a really special award, really thankful to win it, and it's going to make a big difference in finishing my education and doing whatever happens from there. So big thank you to everyone, and this means a lot. Appreciate it.
The Division I All-Met Women's Awards, we'd like to ask the first and second team players, Division I All-Met Women, if you would please come over to the big banner on the side of the stage and to make the presentations. Here is Doug Feinberg. Doug is the women's college basketball editor at the Associated Press.
I always like going after the OC award because OC was a mentor for me at the AP for so many years. And Alex, congratulations. After hearing you speak and the things you said, and more importantly, the jokes you said, OC would love you because that's what OC was, or who OC was. He was one of the best in the business, but also had a jovial side to him, which Alex has. So congratulations, Alex. I've been the AP's National Women's Basketball Writer for the last 15 years. I actually played college basketball 32 years ago. I was never in this room, I was never that level, but it was nice to be associated with basketball so many years later. It was before the NIL era existed. I'm not sure I would have gotten many offers, but it's still nice to know that if you Google my name, it pops up before Doug Feinberg Insurance in Long Island. So I'm sure that guy's not very happy that every time someone looks for him, you see like my name and all the women's basketball stories talking about all the great players in this room. So, sorry Doug Feinberg, that Doug Feinberg. All kidding aside, I know it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to go through the long basketball season that everyone in this room has gone through this year, especially with the end of COVID, and get back after COVID. So everyone here deserves a round of applause for all you did to get through the season and the great seasons you had this year. It's my pleasure to honor the Division I award winners. The first one we have is the Rookie of the Year. The winner is Katie Henderson from Columbia. She helped Columbia reach the postseason WNAT for the first time in school history. She's here, coming up that way. Congratulations, Kitty. Now on to our second team All-Met honorees. A pair from Manhattan, Dee Dee Davis and Courtney Worley. They helped the Jaspers to 21 wins this year in appearance in the MAC championship game against Fairfield. Congrats, Dee and Courtney. Next up is Caitlin Davis of Columbia. Katie is part of the record-breaking Columbia team that finished in second place in the Ivy League this year. Congrats, Katie. Next up, Andrea Espinoza-Hunter of Seton Hall. She helped the Pirates reach the WNAT finals this year, I believe for the first time in school history. And last but not least on the second team is India Pagan of Stony Brook. She helped the Wolves to 23 wins this year, and that's the second team. First team All-Met. First off is Anna DeWolf of Fordham, who I believe is not here tonight. Next up, Abby Shu of Columbia. She finished the season as the school's all-time leader for three-point shots made in her career and set the Ivy League record for three-pointers in the season. Next up, Lou Lopez-Senetal of Fairfield. She led the Stags to one of the best seasons in school history in an NCAA tournament bid this year. Congrats, Lou. Madison Stanley of Fairleigh Dickinson. Led the team to 19 wins and became the first player ever in school history to earn an NEC Player of the Year honors. And Sydney Cooks of Seton Hall. Sydney was named to the first team All-Big East and helped the Pirates to 24 wins in one of their best seasons ever. And that's the first team All-Met. I'd like to call up this year's winner of the Maggie Dixon Coach of the Year Award, Joe Frager of Fairfield. While he's walking up, Joe's retiring this year after 24 years as a head coach. I talked to one of the former winners of the award, Dave McGarity, who retired last year from Army, who actually was cleaning his house today. So Joe says we'll have to look forward to retirement that way. Joe led the Stags to their first NCAA tournament appearance this year since 2001. The team went 19-1 in the conference, winning the MAC by 5 games. It was the first regular season title for the team in 22 years, and they won 15 games in a row en route to concluding the season with 25 victories to match the school record. This is the first time that Joe's won the award. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you very much. I'd like to begin by thanking the Metropolitan Basketball Writers Association for this honor. I was looking through the list of coaches who've received this award through the years, and the list it's absolutely staggering. So I'm humbled to be mentioned amongst the coaches that have received the Maggie Dixon Award. We had a memorable season this year at Fairfield. I'm not going to bore you with all the statistics, but we had a very special player on our team this year named Lou Lopez Senechal, and we had an experienced team. We had a group of seniors that provided great leadership for us, and we had a team that was committed to winning. We also had a great coaching staff comprised of Laura Cinto, who's here this evening, David Gillon, Macy Hollinshead, and Aaron Ryder, and that group did an absolutely outstanding job. Before the season, I told the team and I told our administration and our staff that this was going to be my last year coaching at Fairfield. I wanted to let them know right up front. I didn't want to drop any bombshells after the season ended. And it was an emotional time for me to come to grips with that after coaching for 36 years, that this was going to be my last go-around. But once that reality sunk in, this team was all about getting ready for the season and had a very business-like approach to what we were trying to do. Before our first game of the season, we were right up front with what our goals and expectations were. We said we're going to win a MAC championship, regular season title, and then we're going to go on and cut down nets in Atlantic City. And they accomplished both of those goals. And I can't say enough about this basketball team, the poise and the determination that they showed. And they took me on an unforgettable ride in my final season. I'd like to thank 2 people that aren't here this evening with us in attendance, and also recognize a few people who are here. First of all, my dad, who passed away in 2008. He's with me every single day, every single time I coached. I would think about him. He gave me a great deal of unconditional love in his lifetime, and he instilled in me a competitiveness and a work ethic to take advantage of the opportunities that have been presented to me throughout my lifetime. Second person would be my wife, Shirley, who was unable to be here this evening, my wife of 32 years. She's given me the support to allow me to pursue a coaching career, and all the wives of coaches know what that job is like. It's not the easiest with the amount of time that's invested, with travel, with scouting, with everything that you do. And she was also an absolute saint for putting up with my moods after losses. So, Shirley, I know you're watching. I love you very much. In attendance tonight, I would like to recognize a few people. My former athletic director, Gene Doris, is here. Gene took a chance on hiring me back in 2007. I was a Division II coach at the time in Southern Connecticut, and Gene was an invaluable mentor to me through the years. So, Gene, I appreciate all your counsel you've given me. Our associate head coach, Laura Cinto, is here with us this evening. She's been my coaching right hand for the past 25 years. She's really, really good at her job, and any of the success that I've had as a head coach, whether it was back coaching high school, AAU, Division II, or Division I, a lot of that credit has to go to Laura and all that she's done. Paul Schlickman, our current athletic director, is with us this evening, along with Allison Sexton, our senior women's administrator. Thank you so much for all the support that you gave us this past year and previous years. I want to recognize Ivy Spate. I don't know where Ivy is right now, but Ivy is from our sports information office, and no one loves Fairfield University any more than Ivy does. And just the loyalty and the dedication to his job. Most importantly, Ivy's a fellow suffering New York Met fan. So wherever you are, Ivy, thanks for everything. Ivy, where are you? Where's Ivy? You're right over there. All right. I'm convinced that if the New York Mets front office would listen to Ivy and I, they'd never lose another baseball game, because we've got our finger on everything they need to do. Lou Lopez Senechal, I mentioned her earlier. for all that she's accomplished in her career at Fairfield. And she's a young woman who's done it with a great deal of humility, a great deal of grace. Despite all the accolades she's received, she's remained the same young lady that came over on her official visit from France. And I'm just very, very proud of her. And I'm looking forward to getting the chance to return to my alma mater a few times and watch you play for Coach Oriana next year. So very proud of you, Lou. I'd also like to congratulate all of this evening's honorees with a special congratulations to a very, very deserving good guy and diehard New York Met fan and absolute gentleman, Jack Jones. And she's not here this evening, but I do want to extend my best wishes to my successor at Fairfield University, Carly Thibault Dudanis. I hope she has a very long and successful career at Fairfield, and I know Carly's going to do a great job with our program. I've been blessed to do this job for 36 years. I can't see myself ever pulling a Tom Brady and trying to make a comeback unless my wife gets sick and tired of having me around the house, which she already kind of has indicated that, maybe push me back into action. But I think at this time it's time for me to get my waders on, get my fly rod in hand, get waist deep in the Farmington River, and start refining my fly fishing skills. So thank you so much for this award this evening, and thanks.
Division I awards, and I'd like to call up Seton Hall coach Tony Mazzella and Seton Hall player Lauren Parker. While coach is coming up, if everyone wants to turn their attention to the video screen to see the highlights of the fantastic season Lauren had.
First, that's Lauren Tasha. She told me 6 feet. And there is the 6-footer.
Great job by our Seton Hall athletic department putting together that video. It's interesting, you know, I was thinking about what to say, and congratulations to all our award winners tonight. This is a tremendous dinner, and a special thanks again to Chuck. Let's give him a round of applause. And we saw a lot of her baskets, but people can look at her stats, of course, but Lauren led the country in assists, 4th in assists per game, and she led the country in minutes played. No one played more minutes in women's basketball than Lauren Park-Lane. And she stands behind me, and really she should always stand in front of me, because she's the leader of our program, the leader of our school, from a female athletic performance, symbolism. And I was asked, how are you going to describe her? Well, I describe her with a few words. Huge, big, ginormous. And you look, you're like, what's he talking about? I talk about loyalty, toughness, and heart. And no one is bigger and better than her. And it's my honor to introduce her as the 2022 Met Basketball Writers Association Player of the Year, Lauren Parker.
First, I want to thank the Met Writers Association for the continued coverage, and not only me, but also my teammates. We really appreciate it. I want to thank my parents and my little brother Justin back at home. I know you guys are watching this. I want to thank you guys for your continued sacrifice and just the all-around support you guys show me. I really love you guys. I want to thank Coach B, Coach Fowl, Coach Jose, Coach Pete, and Coach Vlad. Because of them, Seton Hall become a second home to me. They always believe in me. They're riding with me through whatever. So I really appreciate you guys for that. Thank you, Mr. Felt, and the entire Seton Hall women's basketball administration for their continued support for my team and all the other teams. I want to recognize all my teammates. Without you guys, of course, I wouldn't be here. There's no one to pass the ball to. I want to thank everyone. I want to congratulate everyone else, that won awards tonight. This is a really big deal. Also want to say congratulations to Coach Holloway on being named all Men's Met Coach of the Year. We can't wait to watch you guys and improve this season. And also a big shout out to our fans. This season was nothing short of it wasn't easy at all. But because with you guys' support, we got through it, and you guys made it 20 times more fun. Thank you.
Congratulations. All Met Division I men's basketball. I'd like to ask the first and second team players that are here to please assemble over by our banner off to the side of the stage. All Met Division I men's first and second team players. Let me just say as we begin these final presentations, we have been informed that a few players from Division I were unable to be here tonight, including Julian Champagne, Pasha Alexander of St. John's, Alex Morales of Wagner, and our Rookie of the Year, Jao Katuka of Maris. We'll make sure that they receive their plaques for their achievements this past season. And now for the All-Met second team. First, a 6'5" senior forward from the Bronx, led the Metro Atlantic Conference in scoring, second in the league in assists, and leading the MAC with 3 30-point games and 16 20-point games. From Manhattan College, Jose Perez. Next, a 6'9" sophomore forward from Benin City, Nigeria. He led the Gales in rebounding, blocked shots, and assists, and was second in scoring. From Iona College, Nelly Jr. Joseph. Next is the 6'7" senior forward from Elmont, New York, the Metro Atlantic Defensive Player of the Year, set a Peacocks program record with 11 block shots in a single game. From St. Peter's University, Casey Medecco. Next, the 6'9" graduate forward from Waterbury, Connecticut, second in the Northeast Conference in scoring, fourth in block shots, fifth in rebounding. From Long Island University, Ty Flowers. Next, the 6'4" senior guard from Derry, New Hampshire, finished his career as second all-time in assists for the Scarlet Knights, fourth in steals, fifth in three-point field goals, eighth all-time in scoring. From Rutgers University, Geo Baker. Now for the All-Med first team. The 6'6" senior guard from Baldwin, New York, finished fifth in the Big East Conference in scoring, 15th in rebounding, had one game where he pulled down 18 rebounds. From Seton Hall University, Jared Roden. Next, the 6'4" graduate guard from Muskogee, Oklahoma, led the Gales in scoring, was number 2 in rebounding, capped it all off by being named the Metro Atlantic Player of the Year. From Iona College, Tyson Jolly. And a 6'3" junior guard from Woodbury, New Jersey, led the Colonial Athletic Association in scoring and assists, was first in free throw percentage, 7th in steals, and then was named the CAA Player of the Year. From Hofstra University, Aaron Estrada. And now would Coach Shaheen Holloway please join me. By now you all know the magical story that unfolded at St. Peter's University this past season. The wonderful players, the cool and calm coach who guided the Peacocks all the way to the Elite Eight stage of the NCAA tournament. Before we ask the coach to say a few words, would you please turn your attention to the video screen.
Kind of short. Yeah, I'm not going to be up here long. It's been a long month. I'm very tired. My voice is shot. But first of all, I want to Dow Banks. Dow Banks, you're my first, second, and third team, man. So. Second, I want to thank the Mets writers. Thank you guys so much. It's humbling. It's been a tremendous month. I'm still dreaming. This is a dream of mine to come true. Being up here in front of all you guys, I want to thank the guy who gave me a chance, Brian Felt. Brian believed in me. He hired me at St. Peter's. He believed in my vision. took a chance on me as a first-year head coach. Brian, I really appreciate that. Thank you. I also want to thank my AD from St. Peter's, Michelle Paul. Is Michelle here? Michelle, you still here? Michelle Paul deserves a lot of credit, man. She put up with my nonsense every single day for the last 2 years. Michelle, thank you for everything, your leadership, everything that you've done for me, everything you've done for the program. Thank you so much. So this award is not a me award. It's not about me. This award is a we award. And I want to thank all my coaches and players who's getting to stand up, please. Those guys deserve all the credit. Every single day, bringing in all the passion, all the hard work. These guys are the MVP. I just was along for the ride. Thank you guys so much. Thank all the people here tonight for everything. All the winners tonight. Unbelievable job. This is a great event. You know, we haven't had it for the last couple of years. It's a great event. You guys run a great event. I know I'm not supposed to say this. I'm not supposed to give it away, but you know, I want to. You know, Ron Harper, unbelievable, man. I seen where you came from as a young kid to where you are right now. It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing for me to watch that. So congratulations on being. Once again, thank you guys so much. It's been a great night. I'm really tired. I gotta go, all right? Thank you.
I'd like to ask Ron Harper and Coach Steve Michael. And once again, if you would, please turn your attention to our video stream.
Defending really well. You see the floor. Knock down three-point shooter and also can score. 17 in the first matchup.
And once again, before we hear from our Player of the Year, we'd like to call upon Rutgers coach, Steve Michael.
Ron just told me I got 30-second timeout here, but I got shot. Congratulations on that award and the year that you had. I used to feel really confident when we played Seton Hall. I didn't know if we were going to win the game or not, but I knew I'd be the best looking coach with Kevin there. And now job. I'm not confident about that. Good looking guy with you with that tailored suit like that, you know, I'm in trouble. But listen, this is really an unbelievable night. I want to thank everybody for staying. I want anyone that didn't get recognized just to stand up. There's probably one person in the room that wasn't called on today. So you can have your minute of fame too. But I'm honored that you do this every year for all the levels and for the men's and the women's. I have 2 daughters, so I'm really thankful. And I know the work that goes into it. I've been 14 years now coming, only 2 years were the COVID years when I was at Stony Brook. And this is just a great night. And I'm honored. This is my first guy that ever won the Haggerty Award. In the tradition and the history, you just start reading some of those names. It's really unbelievable basketball in this metropolitan area. And I've just been honored, you know, to be able to coach Ron, and that he stayed home first and foremost, and I thank him for that. And I was talking to a general manager the other day about Ron, and I said, in today's day and age, he played for 1 AAU team, he went to 1 high school, and he went to 1 college. And I told the guy, and I said, you need to just draft him on that alone. He's a unicorn. But really, what Ron is unbelievable people. That's what he is. And when I took over the program, we hadn't been to the NCAA tournament since Abraham Lincoln was president. And Ron has led us now to 3 NCAA tournaments in 4 years. But I tell you that, and it's not the basketball that's the best part of him. He's a Dean's List student. He's a leader in our community. He's the most popular, you know, player that has played for us in forever, along with his twin over there, Gio Baker. By the way, how about the hair too? Isn't that like, you got to give an award for the hair alone. I envy that thing. But the type of person he is and the type of work that he's done since he arrived at Rutgers on the basketball court and in the community, you know, just really makes him so special in so many ways. He's got unbelievable people. I try to recruit kids from unbelievable families. There's none better than the Harper family. I'm just so glad they were able to drive down the street to watch him play, because he had a lot of choices, and he came, and you got to enjoy his career. And you know, I got to enjoy his career. There were a lot of huddles where I sat there and I looked at Ron and run the last play for him, and you know, he gave me confidence as a basketball coach. But what he really gives me confidence for moving forward is keep recruiting great people from great families that want to prove people wrong and that want to work at their craft. And just so honored to introduce him today. And this is an unbelievable award and an unbelievable honor, and he certainly deserves it. Best days are yet to come too.
I don't even know where to start. First of all, I think you forgot about the 30-second thing. I'll stand up there a little long, but I'll give you a pass on that. But seriously though, thank you to the Met Riders. Thank you to everybody that set this event up. It's truly an honor to receive this award and to just be a part of Rutgers history forever. You know, growing up playing basketball, I could never imagine myself on this type of stage ever in my life talking to all you people. So me being up here today is not a testament to me, but it's a testament to the people that believe in me. And when I first got to Rutgers, let me tell you, it was a short list. But that short list consisted of people that I love, people that I care about, and people at these 2 tables right here. You know, these people really believed in me. They've been my backbone for 4 years. Without them, none of this is possible. So just once again, thank you guys. It's truly an honor, and have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap up our awards program, I just want to leave you with some meaningful words from that great New York Yankee philosopher, Yogi Berra, who said, "Congratulations, everybody. Thank you for making this evening so necessary." Thank you. Please arrive home safely.